It's easier to destroy a critic than accept reality. In every society, past and present, truth is often met not with gratitude but with hostility, especially when the truth disrupts comfort, challenges power, or threatens profit. Throughout history, individuals who speak up, raise red flags, or challenge the status quo aren't met with applause. They're met with denial, resistance, and often character assassination because the uncomfortable truth is this: it's easier to destroy a critic than to accept reality. And in today's hyper polarized, reputation driven, narrative controlled world, this tendency is more visible and more dangerous than ever. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Please watch the video in its entirety. Consider subscribing and liking and sharing the video if you like what you hear, as it helps us navigate through the YouTube algorithm. So why do we destroy critics? Look, at the heart of this issue lies something deeply human. It's our resistance to change and our fear of being wrong. But there are several different layers. Truth demands accountability. Accepting reality means accepting responsibility. If a critic exposes corruption in an institution, that institution must either reform or double down on itself to preserve itself. Reform is very painful, it's slow, and it's risky. Silencing a critic is fast, effective, and easily justified through PR. Cognitive conflict is uncomfortable. When someone presents a truth that contradicts what we believe or what we want to believe, it creates psychological discomfort. It's known as cognitive conflict. Our minds naturally want to reduce this discomfort by either discrediting the source, reframing the issue, should I say, ignoring the truth entirely. It's attacking the critic, which becomes a coping mechanism. Truth threatens power. Critics often reveal cracks in the foundation of power. Whether it's a politician, a CEO, a coach, a religious leader, or anything in between, being challenged in public threatens the credibility. To protect their image or influence, they shift the narrative. This isn't about the issue. It's about that person being unreliable, being bitter, unpatriotic, unstable, jealous, radical, or anything else. Once a critic becomes the issue, the truth gets buried. We've made being right a threat. In many circles today, being right is no longer a badge of insight. It's not a badge of honor. It's a threat to a specific groupthink. If someone challenges a popular belief, especially online, the mob comes for them, not to debate, but to destroy. We moved away from debating ideas to debating identities, and that makes intellectual honesty dangerous in today's attention economy. The critics we destroy tell us who we are. Look, the real tragedy isn't just in the damage done to whistleblowers, to truth tellers, or if you're an honest critic. The tragedy is what it says about us. We are more invested in being comfortable than being correct. We are more interested in protecting ego than solving problems. We are more concerned with saving face than facing facts. And let me tell you something. History shows us something crystal clear. When societies demonize those who raise uncomfortable truth, they stagnate or they collapse. Innovation, justice, and growth come not from comfortably ideas or conformity, but from those bold enough to say something is wrong. And when we silence those voices, we choose illusion over progress. So, how does this play out across life? While we touch on examples like politics or even sports and business, this pattern plays out in our everyday lives. A parent raises concern at a school and is labeled difficult instead of being heard. A player questions a toxic coaching culture and is benched or cut. An employee points out inefficiencies in a company and is passed over for promotions. A friend brings up, hard truths about your behavior and suddenly gets ghosted. In all of these instances, destroying the critic is easier than wrestling with the reality they exposed. So, how do we lose when we silence critics? Well, number one, progress. Every major advantage in science, civil rights, technology began with someone who was told to shut up. Innovation. Disruption doesn't come from agreement, it comes from challenging norms. Trust. When institutions go after critics, people lose faith in that system, not the whistleblower. Growth. On a personal level, criticism, even when it stings, it's often the fastest path to improvement. Look, if we choose courage over comfort, what happens? I mean, look, we all face a choice when confronted with criticism or uncomfortable truth. Number one is we deflect, we deny, or destroy. Number two is we can listen, learn, and evolve. The first path protects our ego. The second actually builds character. It takes courage to hear something that challenges your worldview. It takes strength to say, maybe I was wrong. It takes wisdom to sift course based on the new information. In a culture obsessed with being right, we need more people obsessed with getting better. Look, the next time someone challenges you or something you care about, pause before reacting. Pause for a minute and ask yourself, are they really wrong or are they just inconvenient? Because if the truth hurts, that doesn't mean it's hostile. It may mean that it's what we need to hear most. Instead of asking, how do I stop the critic? Maybe, just maybe, the better question might be, what are they trying to help us see? Have you ever spoken the truth and been attacked for it? Do you know someone whose warnings were ignored? Which one's time you realized a critic was actually wrong? Drop me a thought on this video. Comment below. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, because the truth doesn't care about your comfort, but it does care about your growth. Till the next video, guys. Take care.